Okay, girls. Now let us discuss this problems in false position method. So you can, I think this video will be very useful. I have recorded this problem discussion. So listen carefully, girls. Using false position method, find the roots of x squared minus 21 is equal to 0 between 2 comma 6 with a relative error 0.01. So let us move to the solution. Let f of x is equal to, we are going to assign f of x is equal to x square minus 21. So it is given in the question itself, the roots lies between 2 and 6. So now substitute the initial values, that is x naught is equal to 2 and x1 is equal to 6. Substitute these values in the above equation, that is f of x is equal to x square minus 21. So therefore we get f of x naught is equal to 2 power 2 minus 16. So we get minus 17, and f of x1 is equal to 6 power 2 minus 16 is equal to 15. So let us move to the first approximation. So in the formula, x2 is equal to x naught f of x1 minus x1 into f of x naught by f of x1 minus f of x naught. Now the substitute all the values in the above equation, so that is in the place of x naught substitute 2, in the place of f of x1 substitute 15, again in the place of x1 substitute 6, and in the place of f of x naught minus 17, right? So on substituting all these values, we have got the result as x2 is equal to 4.125. Next, substitute this value of x2 in the equation f of x, that is x square minus 21. On substituting this, we get f of x2 is equal to minus 3.984. So we know that already we have fixed the values for x2 as 2 and x1 as 6 and x2 as finally we have got that is 4.125. Therefore f of x2 is equal to minus 3.984, right? So we know that therefore the roots lies between that is a positive value and a negative value, that is 4.125 and 6, that is x2 க்கும் x1 க்கு நடுவுல தான் the roots will exist. So since this x naught is having a minus 17 and x2 is having a minus 3.984. So since all these two values, that is x naught and x2 have the same sign, so now we can assign the value of x2 as x naught. So therefore x naught is equal to x2 is equal to 4.125 now, right? So we are assigning the value of x2 to x naught. So now let us move to the second approximation. So just we have replaced the value of x2 as x naught, right? So then x1 will remain the same, then f of x1 is equal to 15. Now let us move to the second approximation. Using this formula, we will get x2 is equal to 4.5185. Next again substitute the x2 value in the equation f of x is equal to x squared minus 21, and after substituting we get f of x2 is equal to minus 0.5832, right? So again once again substitute all these values, that is x naught is equal to 4.125 and x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to 4.5185, and corresponding f of x1, f of x naught, f of x2, all we have to write aside, right? So once again we have to check where is the positive values and negative values, and therefore we can say that the roots lies between this 4.5185 and 6, because this is a f of x2 is negative here and f of x1 is positive. So therefore the roots lies between these two values. So now we can assign or we can replace the value of x2 as x naught now. So x naught is equal to 4.5185, right? So once again after getting this x2 value, substitute in this equation, we get f of x2 as like this. Again we have to find the roots like this, that is the values as x0 is equal to 4.125 and x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to 4.5185, and the corresponding f of x0, f of x1, f of x2. Compare all these values and find the roots. Therefore, the roots lies between 4.5185 and 6 because this x1 is having a positive value and x2 is having a negative value. Right, now the value of x2 is going to be replaced by x0. So therefore x0 is equal to 4.5185. Now let us move for a third approximation. After replacing the value of x2 by x0, now go to the formula and substitute all these values, and finally we have got the x2 as 4.5738 and substitute this value in the equation x square minus 21, and so we get f of x2 is equal to minus 0.0804. Okay, so once again compare all the values and check whether the values lies between the positive and the negative value. According to that, you have to write that the root lies between this 4.5738 and 6, and convert the value of x2 as x0 and substitute the values of x0 and x1 in the formula for the fourth approximation. And once again you have got the value as x2 is equal to 4.5814, and after getting this, once again substitute this value in f of x. So therefore we got f of x2 as 4.5814 power 2 minus 21 is equal to minus 0.0011. So up to this we have to finish off this iteration process. So therefore the root value is 4.5814. So it is necessary to before the formula we have to write this is the first approximation, second approximation, third approximation and fourth approximation, until up to what we have to go for this iteration process until we get the result as 0.00011, right? So and we have finally we have to tabulate all these results.